Now, going back to the story on illegal miners, Chriselda Lewis is still on site in Langlaagte. Chriselda, are you with us?
Well, Kendall, a very good afternoon to you. Well, the latest developments here at Langlaagte this afternoon is that just hours after the rescue teams had called off the search for the trapped illegal miners, 2 more illegal miners emerged from the hole here behind me. Now, this really does cast some doubt on exactly how many more illegal miners are trapped underground. Of course, you'd recall that at 1 o'clock this morning, the rescue team decided to call off the search, saying that they did all they could to try and bring those that were in their parameter to the surface. You'd recall, of course, last night, one of the illegal miners was brought to the surface. He's in a critical condition at the Helen Joseph Hospital, and the body of one miner was believed to have died about a week ago was also brought to the surface. Following that, then, the rescue team announced that there was nothing further they could do, and the area which they had searched, where they'd been informed that the miners had been trapped, they did not find anyone there, so giving them no reason whatsoever to resume that rescue mission here this morning. Latest developments at this stage is that the mine rescue team, we understand, will compile a provisional report now, which they will send to the Department of Minerals and Resources, which will then have the final say about whether this rescue mission will reopen again, and whether if you could look here behind me just very briefly, Kendall, you'll see towards my left over there just some of the relatives and bystanders of people from around this area who are still quite concerned. And I think in particular, following the fact that these 2 illegal miners had also come to the surface following the calling off of this rescue mission, certainly raises concerns about how many more people may still be underground. But the information that we got when we spoke to these illegal miners who surfaced was that they'd been underground for 2 weeks and they'd not been in that area where the rescue team had searched. So whether that will be cause enough then for the Department of Mineral Resources to reopen perhaps or to resume this rescue mission certainly remains to be seen at a later stage. We understand that that provisional report, which will be sent to the department, will be sent this afternoon, and perhaps then we'll really get some clarity on what the way forward will be in this particular matter. But the families of those who are concerned, who maintain that their loved ones are still underground, say they're going to remain here, and they're hoping to get some good news from the Department of Mineral Resources. But they're saying if that does not happen, they are still threatening to go underground and retrieve the bodies perhaps of their loved ones, whether they're dead or alive. So much concern still remains here at the Langlaagte mine. We're certainly waiting for the further developments, and next will be that, of course, from the Department of Mineral Resources.
Chriselda, quick question for you. When is it that you expect the Department of Mineral Resources to come back as to whether they're going to resume that search? I mean, 2 more miners have come up from an area that had not been searched before.
Well, absolutely. The information that we have at this stage, Kendall, is that the Mine Rescue Service, they will compile a report. I understand that that has been compiled as we speak, and perhaps by the close of business, the Department of Mineral Resources will then receive that report, perhaps peruse it a little bit, and then make their findings known to the public and to the media as well about whether this operation will resume or not. But as it stands at the moment, and word that I have is that the Mine Rescue Service believes that there's absolutely no cause for them to resume this operation. They're saying they've received no further information from any of the concerned families that they're concerned about their relatives still being trapped underground. So with that as it stands at the moment, it's highly unlikely that perhaps they will resume this rescue mission, but that still remains to be seen. Perhaps with all the information that continues to come through, of course, over the past a couple of minutes, we saw those illegal miners emerge after this rescue mission had been called off. If that would be enough to change the minds, I guess, of the Department of Mineral Resources, that certainly remains to be seen. We're also waiting for word on that. So the last word certainly will be with the Department of Mineral Resources. But irate family members, again, Kendall, much to the area just behind me where you cannot see, they're still waiting for news. They maintain, they're adamant that their loved ones are still underground, and they're hoping that at the end of the day, the Department of Mineral Resources will come to the conclusion that this operation should resume.
Chriselda, thank you so much for that. One certainly hopes that the administrators and administrative processes do not get in the way of a life and death issue.